Good evening, everybody. It's Granny J. Clay here on Sunday evening, and I have to apologize for not getting a video out to you on Friday. I have just been a little bit under the weather, and so I thought, well, tonight I at least need to get a video out showing a few things that I have done. I'm going to show you some of the children's necklaces that I've done, but before I do that, I'll just show you a couple of the necklaces that I have finished off. I think I may have shown you some of the centerpieces or the cabochons that I made before, but I thought, well, maybe you would like to see how I have finished some of these off. They're very simple. This is a cabochon that I pressed a rubber stamp into, and then I used Pearl Ex powder, and there's the back for that, kind of a light blue, and I just put a couple of beads there. This is a suede piece of string. And then I used some soap. Oh boy. I used some glue and glued the ends on. I'm just looking at that now. It might have bubbled back out. I might have to check that out and fix it. Anyway, and then a hook and an eye. I just glued those onto the suede. Well, you can tell probably I'm a little bit out of it tonight. Here are some earrings that go with that. They're on just a round hoop. And this one is the same sort of thing. I pressed that pretty flower into the clay with a rubber stamp, and then I used some Pearl Ex powders. And the back is like that, purple. And then I finished it off with some pearl beading on the suede, and actually that the pearl beads have a larger hole, but not too large so that they don't stay put. They stay put without putting a knot in them or putting any glue in them. So that was kind of nice. And I used the same sort of a hook and eye on the back of this necklace, like that. So that is that one. I'll just set these over here in a little pile. These are all very similar to the same color because I'm trying to match some of the clothes that I'm going to wear when I go to the wedding, but to be very subtle too. Here's a cabochon that I had made, and I think I showed you that as well. I did the very same thing. I used a rubber stamp, and then I used some Pearl Ex powders, and then I drilled a hole on the bottom when it was done, and I put the tassel on, and then it's just got a little bead here, and I finished it off just normally with the hook. And I've made these necklaces a little bit longer than usual. I just thought it would be a nice look. And here's the earrings for that too. I made the same as the other ones on the little rings. And then for that necklace that I made that had the pearls on it, I made these little earrings, and they hang like that on a hook. And I just finished this one. I really love this one. This is pretty. I did the very same thing. I used Pearl Ex powders after I had pressed the rubber stamp into the clay, and then I used the charcoal black to outline it, pulled the rest of it off with tape, and then I went in and I used a very small brush, and I used some pearl white to sort of do the little bit of, can you see that? I'm trying to make it so you can see that distinction on the petals of the flower, so it looks a little white when you look at it. It's really pretty in person. So I just made that one, and this one I made also with just a hook on the end, but I made an extra little piece so I could lengthen it if I wanted to, because this one is not as long, and even if I don't, this will hang down my back, and it's got a pretty little rose on it. So it just depends on if I want to wear it short or long. And here are the earrings that I made for that. They're a little bit different too. They just go on those are the petals that I put on there. And that's the ear wire. So those are the ones for the adults, for me, actually. And then here is the one of the butterfly necklaces that I made. I just used some ribbon netting. And again, I went back and used my pony beads that I had for this little necklace. And what I did at the top was made it so it could slide. It can go over a child's head, but it can slide to get a little bit shorter if they want it to. So I've got several, well, not several of these. I guess I have about 5 of these to take with me for children. Here's what I considered for a boy, but it doesn't have to be for a boy. This is one of my little turtles, and I added some eyes. Maybe you can see that. And here's an eye on the head of the turtle that's kind of following. Can you see that? Made it kind of fun. I did use crazy glue. I hope they don't fall off, but they seem to be on really well. And I just used some paracording. That kind of looks like sand, a sand color, like the sand color in the back of the necklace here. And then what I did was I made them long so they'd fit over the child's head. I just put a bead in here and with some glue. I just glued a bead. So I glued it from this side and I glued it from this side. So that's how I did that one. Here's my little giraffe necklace. Thought that turned out well. I gave her a little heart eye. And again, using the pony beads for color. And I used suede, a gray suede for that. And I glued them at the top. I just used pony beads to glue them so they'll slip it over their head. Okay, here's, you remember my button necklace. I finished, my goodness, I think I made, I don't know, 15 to 20 of these. No, not of these, I'm sorry. These, I have about 10 of these, I think, 10 or 12 of these, 12 of them, I think. But I finished them off by wire wrapping around the cord. I think I showed you that before in a hook. Here, it's the bug necklace that I made about 20 of. There's the bugs, and you've seen those before. And I used a black, kind of a stretchy, almost sweater-like cord. And I did the very same thing. They can slip it over their head, and then if they want to, they can just tighten it and make it shorter if they want to, like that, or make it longer. So that's the bug. And here, this ended up turning out really cute. I thought my frog needed something, so that's why I bought some eyes for the frog necklace, but then I used them on the turtle too. But isn't that cute? There's a frog down here and a frog down here, and they have eyes, and they kind of move, if you can see that. So they're glued on. And then what I did was I just cut the piece of cording, which is the same as the one I just showed you. It's just kind of like a sweater or sweatshirt material, and it's stretchy. But I cut it, and then I just brought it through this end, and I put a big knot in there. So there's not a closure at the top. But this is stretchy if they want to stretch it over their head. And I rubbed glue over the knots so that the knots are really secure. So there's another one. Oh, one more button necklace. You've seen this one too. But this is the one that was in black. And again, I just finished it off with wire wrapping and a hook. So, and one more. I only made one of these. I'm not sure who this is going to be for, but I thought this little fish was so cute. Just so cute. So I just had to make one of him. And again, pressing the rubber stamp into the clay, and then brushing Pearl Ex powder over it, and taking off the excess turquoise. And then I came back with a smaller brush. And what I did was, for this, I added a little water to my gold Pearl Ex and mixed it up a little bit and used a very small brush and sort of painted that fish gold. And then I just used a couple of beads right here. And of course I used some string, some purple and aqua string or turquoise string to match the necklace, because there's a little purple around the edge of the necklace. And just a hook again on the back. So I just thought I would share some of these things with you. I'm sorry that I didn't get to make a clay video this week, but I hope to do that pretty soon too. I hope you're having a very nice evening. Let's continue to pray for those who are in harm's way for this horrible hurricane season, and those people in Florida that really need our prayers, as well as the people in Houston and wherever else that Irma decides to land or to hit. We'll just keep them in our prayers. And I thank you for watching tonight, and I think by the next time I will feel a little better and kind of be a little bit more perky. But God bless you all. You be blessed, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.